Good morning, dear friend. Myself, Dr. Chandrakant Shivaji Ahir, Assistant Professor in Chemistry, MEG College, Malegaon Camp, Malegaon, Nasik. So today's video, we see the practical course, chemistry practical course for second semester. See, second semester, third for paper third, that is practical chemistry. So in this second sem, we have two sections: inorganic chemistry practical, and second section is section B, that is for organic chemistry practical. So from section A, inorganic chemistry practical, we consider the second title, that is synthesis of commercially important inorganic compounds. So we have these four experiments. Among these four, we should complete at least two. So we choose these two experiments for our syllabus. So start with first experiment. Aim. What is our aim? To prepare inorganic compounds, synthesis of inorganic compound. So in this case, we synthesize potash alum from aluminium metal. It is scrap aluminium metals. So our aim is to prepare this potash alum from scrap or aluminium foil. So for that, what chemicals or apparatus required? So these are the list. First, we require the scrap aluminium or aluminium foil. Second reagent is potassium hydroxide solution, which is 4 molar KOH. Third chemical is sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid, 12 normal sulfuric acid. Require this apparatus: conical flask, 250 ml capacity, 1 beaker, funnel. So these are the chemicals and apparatus. So what is the theory behind this experiment? To prepare this potash alum. So potash alum is prepared from this scrap aluminium. So we take this aluminium metal, it may be scrap aluminium or aluminium foil. We treat this aluminium with KOH. So we have this aqueous KOH solution. So water is there, plenty amount of water. So this aluminium react with KOH. At that time, vigorous reaction takes place, and there is a evolution of hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas is flammable. So keep away from the flame, naked flame. And we get this potash aluminium salt. So this potash aluminium salt is formed. So it is again aqueous medium. So it is in solution form. If there is some unreacted material or impurities, so filter this solution to get a clear solution. Clear solution of this potassium aluminium salt. Now in second step, this potassium aluminium salt is react with concentrated sulfuric acid. At that time, this aluminium hydroxide is get precipitated. This solid, yes, indicates solid, which is get precipitated out in solution. At the same time, there is a formation of potassium sulfate. This aluminium combined with sulfate to form, this aluminium hydroxide is formed. This potassium combined with sulfate, that is formed potassium sulfate, which is soluble in aqueous medium, and water is there. So in second step, what happened? This potassium aluminium sulfate is reacted with concentrated sulfuric acid to form a aluminium hydroxide, which is in solid or precipitate form. Again we go on adding this H2SO4 slowly. Excess amount of H2SO4 we added slowly. So this above solution, we add this excess amount of H2SO4 sulfuric acid till this precipitate is dissolved. So what happen? If you go on adding this sulfuric acid, what happen? This aluminium combined with sulfate to form aluminium sulfate. And this aluminium sulfate now it is in dissolved form, and thus this solid precipitate is get dissolved, and we get a clear solution: aluminium sulfate, potassium sulfate. In aqueous medium, water is plenty amount because this is the aqueous medium. So in third step, this above solution containing this aluminium sulfate and potassium sulfate salt is then concentrated. We heat this solution to remove excess amount of water to attain a saturated point or saturation point. After attaining the saturation point, we cool this solution to get a potash alum crystal out. Sometime for gradual crystallization, we take this solution for overnight, 24 hours. At that time, we get a gradual crystal or crystals is formed at room temperature. So what is the procedure? So first point, clean a small piece of scrap aluminium with steel wood or polished paper. So this aluminum surface is rubbed by using this polished paper. We make it clean from any dirt or deposition and cut into a small pieces. So instead of scrap aluminum, we may use this aluminum foil. This aluminum foil is now easily available in market. So this aluminum foil is used directly. There is no problem of cleaning. So we put this 1 gram of abo material in smaller pieces in a 250 ml of conical flask. In the same conical flask, we add 50 ml of 4 molar potassium hydroxide, that is KOH solution, to dissolve this aluminum. If you use this scrap aluminum, at that time gentle heating is required to dissolve this aluminum material, and at that time we say in this reaction theory this hydrogen gas is evolved. But when we use this aluminum foil, it is very thin foil, it easily reacts with KOH to liberate hydrogen gas. So in that case we don't require heating, gentle heating. So this addition takes place in ventilated area. Why? This hydrogen gas is flammable, this hydrogen gas is easily escape out, so we choose this ventilated area, and addition takes place away from this open flame. Next step, dissolve all the aluminum material to get a clear solution. If there is impurities, we filter this impurity to separate that impurities. This filter the hot solution to remove this insoluble material if present, and concentrate the solution to 25 ml. So this abo solution is concentrated. We remove excess amount of water to make a concentrated solution. Allow the concentrated filtrate to cool. After cooling, then we add this concentrated 12 normal sulfuric acid very slowly, because this is the neutralization reaction. We have initially base, now we add acid, so the exothermic reaction is happen. So we slowly add a sulfuric acid. Just a precipitate of aluminum hydroxide is formed. In reaction we also consider this aluminum hydroxide is in solid, get precipitated out in solution. Again heat the mixture to dissolve this precipitate aluminum hydroxide. Then we add excess amount of this sulfuric acid. This excess amount of sulfuric acid make aluminum hydroxide into aluminum sulfate. And then this clear solution, by addition of sulfuric acid, this aluminum is converted into aluminum sulfate, this potassium is converted into potassium sulfate, all are soluble in water, so we have the clear solution. So cool this solution, clear solution, in ice bath about 30 minutes to get a crystal out, or gradually cooling the solution at room temperature to overnight. Filter the solution within vacuum pump to separate the crystal, and these crystals are washed by using 1:1 ethanol, that is 50% ethanol water mixture is used to wash this crystal. This deposition of material is washed out by this 50% ethanol mixture, and dry it. Record the yield, that is we take yield or weight of dry crystal, that is the x gram, and calculate the percent practical yield. So this is a very simple procedure. This addition takes place in conical flask. After drying this crystal, we make this calculation. What is calculation? So theoretically, this 1 mole of aluminum gives 1 mole of alum crystals. So this molar mass of aluminum is 26.98 gram per mole. This is molar mass, and molar mass of product, that is alum, is 474.39 gram per mole. So 1 mole of aluminum gives 1 mole of alum. So this molar mass is equivalent with this product molar mass. So if you take this 1 gram of aluminum, so in procedure just now we say we start this reaction with 1 gram of aluminum, and thus this 1 gram of aluminum corresponding to 17.58 gram of alum, that is product. That is a theoretical yield. Theoretically we have this ratio, theoretically, but practically what is our dry crystal weight? So we noted in this second observation, this practical yield of potash alum is x gram, whatever may be, 10 gram, 12 gram, whatever may be. and from this X amount we calculate this percentage practical yield. So what is percentage practical yield? So this is 1 gram theoretically considered as a formation, 100% formation into 17.58 gram of alum. At that time it is a 100% yield. But if we have weight less than this, at that time this percentage yield is less. For example, suppose we take this 12 gram of X. So 12 into 100, that is we get a 1200 gram. This 1200 gram, when we divide it by 17.58, so what is the answer? This answer is 68.26. 68.26. And thus if weight is less than 17. So we take only 12 gram. For example, this is for example, it is not exact. Whatever may be the weight, it may be 9 gram, 10 gram, whatever may be. Suppose we take 12 gram. At that time this 12 gram of product weight is corresponding to 68.26%. That is less than 100%. So this is about practical yield of our product. So there is simple calculation. We take the weight of our dry product, and from this weight we calculate its percentage yield. So in result table, what we noted? We noted this weight of dry crystal X in gram, and we from this X we calculate this practical percentage yield of potash alum, that is in percentage. So this is our two results. Thank you friends. So similar type of experiment demonstration of, that is a video of practical taken in laboratory is given by Savitribai Phule University website from our chemistry viewers member. That video link I place in description box. But in that video this procedure is somewhat different. In that video they prepare aluminum sulfate separately, potassium sulfate separately, and they mix it together and crystallize out in one beaker to get a potash alum. That procedure is somewhat different. But in that procedure we see this, how this hydrogen gas is liberated. Some points are similar to our university practical book, and this practical book is Manali practical book. In that practical book we have this procedure. In our laboratory we also follow this procedure. So that procedure similar to that video. That video link I have given in this description box of a YouTube channel. So subscribe my channel and study this experiment. Write all the point in your notebook: aim, chemical apparatus, theory, procedure, calculation. So in this calculation we have only one observation, that is X gram, and from that we calculate percentage yield and record the results. Thank you friends. In next video we consider that second experiment, that is formation of more salt. Thank you.